Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to NASCAR Heat 3 on the PlayStation 4. I'm nicodemoscain. We're back in the career mode. We're going to keep slugging through this. I have recorded. How many of these things have I recorded today? 6 of these things a day. They go pretty quick. The whole intro season goes really quick. I mean, you've got the intro season, which is like 4 races, but the actual season itself, it goes pretty quick. You can get it done within 3 hours. I did it in like one day. It's pretty easy. Then again, I've already said that you can sim your way through the whole season, and it just it goes by very quick. So the next race we have is at Richmond. We have not been at Richmond yet, and I keep saying that I had 2 tracks when I did the seasons the one time. I had 2 tracks that I did halfway decent on. The first was Eldora. For some reason, I was actually able to keep up with the other cars. And the second one was bleh. Now, the last, 5 races of the season are races that we've already done. So Richmond is the only one I have not recorded yet. So this has to be the one we're doing good at. But I don't know. Let's find out. Had to take a drink. Starting to get a little raw. Okay, so let me scroll on down here on my notepad on my computer. Like I said, I'm old school. I'm old school setup guy. I've got the whole thing written down on notepad, and I can make changes to it, and it's nice. It's good to have it. It definitely beats having reams and reams of paper like I used to have. Because back in the day, my computer, well, for starters, my computer couldn't really get on the internet. Back then, dial-up was just a bitch. We didn't, I couldn't really afford pure Ethernet back then either. I didn't get actual Ethernet until maybe, oh God, 2005, 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. Okay, 2004. Let's just go 2004. Yeah, I didn't really have pure Ethernet until about then. So, back in 2002, 2003, you were still dealing with dial-up, and it just, so you didn't really run, anything on your computer. You just had your computer there. And because computers were so big, this is like my old man talk. Computers are so bad. Back in my day, you had to go into another room to be able to get on your computer, which is actually true. I had to go into another room to get on my computer because there was no place for me to put my computer in the living room, especially not around my television. It wasn't until way later, whenever I actually got a smaller computer, that and I'm not talking about a laptop. It was just a smaller computer. The actual computer, it wasn't a tower. It was like the base. It was small enough to be able to fit on a desk. And it wasn't even a desk. It was like this old radio that I had that left over from my great-grandma's house. It was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. I don't know how else to describe it. I really don't. All right, let's do this. Now, I've said before that I don't do qualifying laps. I'm doing qualifying laps, but I don't do. I'm not doing practice laps. I do the qualifying and the practice as one entity, so that I can remember how the hell to do this. Now, see, Richmond is like, it's just like Bristol. It's like they literally took the. They literally took the actual track and just made it dirt. And I don't know if this is real. I don't know if they actually do this. I don't think they do. I think that'd be a lot of dirt that they'd have to wash off the track. So I don't think it's real. It's a great idea. It's like an absolutely novel idea. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm not saying that they need to go out and do this to like Daytona or anything, but I think I don't think it would work on like a Martinsville though. Martinsville's too flat. You know, you've got to have these big banked curves to be able to do it. I wouldn't mind seeing. Oh man, I don't know if I'd like to see in Atlanta. That'd be a little weird. No, I think that would definitely be a little weird to see Atlanta like this. I think having Bristol makes sense. You know, because Bristol's just that kind of track. Richmond makes sense. You know, it's a bigger yet smaller kind of track. Dover would be interesting. Dover dirt track would be pretty damn interesting to see. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I really wouldn't. So let's do one more lap. I think we've already done 5 laps. And I know this lap isn't going to be as good as the other ones anyways. Yeah. Alright, so let me mark this time down so that we can see a progression as we go. 2.896. Dead last. Whatever. Whatever, man. Just whatever. I already said, though, we're going to do a lot of losing before we do any winning. It's just the way it has to happen. Legend difficulty on this game is brutal. In the career especially, it's brutal. Now, again, I don't know if this is the one that I can do really well at. This must be, though. Because I did really well in one of them. I don't remember which one it was. Oh, that dirt is killing me. The dirt kick up from the back stretch is terrible. I don't have to lift on turns 3 and 4. It's nice. But I do think I have to lift here. Yeah, coming back on that dirt on this back stretch is horrible. You can't see the track at all. But this reminds me, just totally random off-subject thing, you know, because we're talking about them taking, you know, Richmond and Bristol and putting dirt on them. This reminds me of when I used to play NASCAR Sim Racing online. With, you know, just a bunch of guys. We were in the Rebel Racers. I don't expect anybody to even remotely know who the Rebel Racers were because it's very hard to find anything about the Rebel Racers out there. There's still a couple YouTube videos. I think I'm in one of those. I'm the number 43. I don't remember if I was doing the Nico's paint shop logos or not. I don't remember. But I used to be we had 2 painters in the Rebel Racers. It was me and another guy. I cannot remember his name to save my life. But we started figuring out how to hack the tracks. You know, the I don't know what they were. I've lost all of that data, unfortunately. I got some of it back, but not all of it back. But I lost all that data whenever a hard drive crashed. I used to have it all on a 1 terabyte hard drive. And that hard drive crashed, and I lost every single bit of it. And some of that stuff is just, you can't reclaim. Which is just sad. Because I sunk 2-3 years of my life into that, you know, into that group, making cars for guys. We were doing it was an ARCA type league, you know, where all the cars were painted the same. We were just changing the colors. I had made up a scheme for it that they didn't really like, but we were going to use it for you know, just for us. We were talking about using it. Then we were starting to crack into we were starting to crack into the track maps. I think that's what it was. I think it was like a dot map file. That's what it was. And we were figuring out that you can change certain parameters to make the that's over. Okay, you can change certain parameters to make the track stickier or to make them looser. And we found out that a couple of them, like Atlanta, we were playing around with. We were talking about making Atlanta really sticky so that we could get up to like 220, 230 miles an hour on Atlanta. It was awesome. It was really great racing. It was fun as hell. But then we were saying that we could loosen it up and do certain tracks like dirt tracks. This reminds me of that. You know, having really loose dirt tracks that we could do that with. It was cool, man. That was I love that NASCAR Sim Racing League and all the people that I used to be able to meet. And of course, I didn't get the incentive contract because, you know, I suck. Seven Brown says, from what I saw, I raced a clean race because you always race a clean race when you're dead last. Anthony DeFazio said that was some real nice driving because, you know, you were dead last. Tyler Gear said that's some mighty fine racing you did there because as long as you're in the back, I don't have to worry about you being in front of me. That is literally what that means. Just saying. All right, so incentive contract for Drebin, Jefferson, Taggart, and Charlotte. 2 top 20s. That's all I need to hit. 2 top 20s. I can go for 4 top 20s. It's not going to happen. We're just going to go for 2. Put out some feelers for a few teams. Got some responses. Let me know if there's a team you want to lock down. All right, so this is going to be the 3rd team, and it should be the last. Yes, the BGH Racing was formed in 1995. I've read this in another episode, so if you want to read it, you can read it. We're just going to contact them and put it in there. That way we have them. 3-star racing teams. Yippee! I'm so looking forward to 3-star racing teams. No, I'm not. We are literally going to buy our own team and do this the right way. So we're going to Drebin yet again. And like I said before, too, you can sim these. You can sim these and probably get a better place. Because legend difficulty is so harsh that if you try to run them like I'm running them, you're going to get last place. But if you sim them, you might get a top 15. I don't know why that is. I don't understand it. It just is what it is. So you can sim these and not only get more money for them, you might get the incentive contracts as well. It's like I said, I did an entire season like that. It's what I did. So let me check setups, make sure that these are right setups. These are the right setups. You can check them out yourself. So let's go ahead and go to the practice/qualifying. Give me my 5 laps of practice. And we'll run this out. And it's Drebin. I think I don't remember if it was this one or another one that I got up to 22nd place randomly. I don't remember what it was. But I'm just looking for another last place finish. Slowly but surely building that bank up. So that we can eventually buy out buy our team whenever we actually get there. Which I will hopefully get to that point, within the next couple episodes, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And the easiest way that I've figured out how to max out the stats of your crew, the guys that build the motors and repair the motors and all that stuff. There's a whole thing to it. I think it's awesome. I think the way that they did it works. It took the idea that NASCAR had, or NASCAR Thunder had, and ran with it, where it costs certain money to be able to repair a car after you use it. And, you can have guys that are good at certain things that can fix things. I think they did the best they could with it. So this is about as crap as we're gonna get. Let me just go ahead and finish this lap out and we'll stop. Yeah, that's terrible. So 15:03, we improved a hundredth of, or a tenth of a second. Sorry, 0.053. Yeah, we went from 15:186 to 15:053. That's not bad. And dead last. It's just gonna happen. Just don't even worry about it. We're gonna lose. I'm not. I have no. That's that kid, Casey Brooks. That's that kid. Looks like he's 12 years old. They let a 12-year-old into a car. But yeah, I have no reason to believe that this race is going to be any different than any other race. If it is, then hey, cool. You know, I mean, something interesting happened. But honestly, I'm not worried about this. This is not. This is what it is. I already said it's a kick in the teeth. It's a kick in the nuts. But on the other end of it, you know, you have so much money going into the next season that you are able to dominate, and it's really, really nice. So we just have to get to that point. That's just all there's to it. You just have to get there. Come on, baby, just give me some kind of speed, man. It's so sad whenever you're coming around that turn and you're waiting for the engine to just rev up, and it doesn't do it. There's just nothing there. The car just is dead. There's just nothing there. This is so sad. 14.962. That's not bad at all. I actually have it written down here. The fastest lap that we've had in Driven was a 13.7. And that was probably in a 100 rated car. So that tells you right there how much speed we will be gaining as we buy our own cars and as we, fix our own cars. But like I said, we just have to get there. We just have to get to that point, and that just takes a lot of losing. You have to be humbled. When it comes to sports games, playing sports games, I understand that being humbled is the name of the game. It really is. I think that's why I don't fret about losing games anymore, like video games. Like if I die, constantly, I don't worry about it. I just continue, just keep going on. Some people get really pissed. Oh, look at that pile up. The one thing this game doesn't have is replays. I wouldn't mind seeing a replay of whatever caused the wreck. That might be kind of interesting. But yeah, one thing sports games have definitely taught me is to be humble about a loss. You get a loss, whatever. Pick it up, move on. Especially in like, not just NASCAR. Racing games in general, sure. But I used to play. Do you hear me? I used to play NCAA football. Still love that game. I want to get NCAA 14, which unfortunately is like the most expensive damn game in the universe at this point. $50 because it was the very last NCAA licensed game, period. EA ruined it for everybody. But that game, depending on the college you pick, you will be humbled. Tell you what, my old Ball State, that's my old alma mater. You hear me? alma mater. That you when you get a full losing season, you you tend to understand. You tend to understand what losing is about. I got one fan off of that one. That poor bastard. That poor bastard. Anthony DeFazio says he likes racing with me. I race the right way. Yep, in the back of the pack. I absolutely do. Unbelievable. So is that my 2 races for this episode? I think it was. Yes, it is. So the next one is unfortunately a Jefferson again. Ugh. Road course. So you're getting a road course, and then what's the next one after this? Taggart. So you're getting a road course and then Taggart for the next one. And then it's Charlotte and Eldora. And Eldora I should be able to do fairly well on, and I should be able to get a good purse out of that, because $50,000 for a top 15 finish, that's not bad. That should be where most of my money comes from for the next couple races. So thank you guys very much for watching. This has been NASCAR Heat 3 on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, I don't mess with any of this stuff. This whole playoff thing, I cannot stand this. This is stupid. Just put the scoring back the way it was. And come on now. Killing us with this stuff. Thank you guys for watching. And again, like, comment, subscribe, or don't. It doesn't really matter. And until next time, I wish you all well in all your future endeavors. And I hope that the world lasts for you. God bless. Take care. And keep your eyes on the road and your hands upon the wheel. Later, guys.